Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here at Tex Grebner Outdoors. I hope you guys are ready for your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness, because it's Illinois Archery season 2019, week number 13. That's right, 13 weeks of the slow descent into madness. Now, if you guys want to support the channel in a way beyond simply watching the videos, you can go to texgrebneroutdoors.com. Check out the Make It Weird sticker, the Make It Weird shirt, the Life Ain't Like the Pornos, Hunting Ain't Like the TV Show shirt, because by God ain't that the truth. I live in reality just like the rest of you. And of course, my personal favorite, the Kill with Stick shirt. Now, if you guys are looking for a discount on all your trad life supplies and you want to show your support for Tex Grebner Outdoors in the process, you can go to threeriversarchery.com, use the code in your checkout of Tex Grebner. It'll show your support for Tex Grebner Outdoors, and it'll give you a shipping discount. Now, I'm a huge fan of the reflective arrow wraps from Three Rivers Archery, and I love the Trophy Berlin bullets because I'm terrible at keeping track of an Allen wrench if you've got a takedown recurve. However, you don't have to be in good shape to be a good hunter. As a hunter, you will never regret being in good shape. And so I strongly recommend, if you're looking for a reason to start a fitness journey, or you need motivation to continue your current fitness journey, that you check out traintohunt.com, look into their programming online, and I strongly encourage you to check out the Train to Hunt National Championship and the Train to Hunt Challenge series that goes on over the summer. I hope to see you guys one of these days at a Train to Hunt Championship, because I'd love to see more traditional bow hunters involved in the hunter-athlete movement. My life tends to be a comedy of errors. And so, it's a couple days before Christmas, and here I am hoping for a Christmas miracle, breaking the whitetail curse. Now, there's been 3 gun seasons already, which means that the deer basically have PTSD, which I've noticed they've become much more skittish. And the second rut, pretty much over. So all they need to worry about is food and water, and they're no longer bedding in the thick cover, because that's where they can be hunted at. At this time of year, you will normally find that the deer will bed in the open right next to the food, conserve their energy, and work with the wind. This time of year, it is incredibly unlikely that you will have a whitetail walk within range of you. But then again, when the odds are at their worst, it makes the stakes that much higher. Now, it is Christmas Eve. Holidays tend to annoy me, because I haven't killed a deer yet that I've recovered, and it cuts into the deer season where I have religious obligations and family obligations. But don't get all wrapped around the axle when I poetically talk about the God of the hunt. But I will definitely say that the God of the hunt has a sense of humor when it comes to me. It's a beautiful 40-degree Christmas Eve, which is strange weather, but it's also not miserable weather. So while global warming is dangerous and it's terrible for the environment, it also does tend to make the Midwest much more enjoyable. But here I am, got to get ready for Mass here in a little bit, so I don't get to go out deer hunting tonight. The truth is that, let's face it, the season is basically over, and I'm just limping to the finish of it at this point. But there is still the chance. There is nothing that says that randomly an animal can't walk under me. So I want to make sure that I'm still pretty sharp all the way to the end of the season. Not super fancy shooting, but also not terrible. I was hoping for a Christmas miracle. Got Christmas dinner over with, all my family obligations, and I got up into the stand. Of course, it was a real boring afternoon until I started scanning the field and I noticed that there was a deer bedded up on the other side of the field. This stand was kind of crap anyways because of the way the wind was blowing over my shoulder right into the field. So I got down, I got circled around, and got the wind in my face. And I was hoping that this deer was going to stay bedded. Of course, by the time that I got circled way around to the other side of the property outside the deer's flight zone, it was twilight. And so I had to be real quick. So I made my way around the border trying to get up on the deer. The problem was the deer was now up on its feet because it was the magic hour with the sun sinking down. And it was facing me. So unfortunately, this stalk was blown. I'm not getting out tonight. Got to do chores and shut in the chickens. Last night was actually pretty fun, going out with reckless abandon and just walking the field border trying to get up on that deer. I probably could have made the 30-yard shot, but I just don't like sending an arrow unless I feel good about it. Now what I'm actually thinking about doing is going down to the public land and basically, since all the leaves are off, basically still hunting the public land and, I guess for lack of better words, chasing around deer like an idiot, seeing if I can't find some bedded somewhere and get snuck up on them. So I may do that. And yeah, we're kind of limping to the finish of the season at this point, but overall I'd say the season's been going pretty good. I'm not going to bullshit you, it hasn't been all that much fun, but it's also always an adventure. So here we are in the backyard at 11:30 at night with the varsity level struggle stick, because as if I didn't have enough irons in the fire, I figured that I would have had the whitetail curse broke by now, but I've got a pig hunt coming up with Murphy and Tripper down in Oklahoma. So, got to make sure that I keep this skill sharp too. Now, of course, however you feel about high fence hog hunting, if you can get spear close, you can get bow close. And I feel like I have really benefited in my stalking skills from trying to get close to pigs that get shot at every day. I hunt for thrill of the chase, and even when I have empty hunts, it really doesn't bother me so much to have an empty hunt, so much as it bothers me that I have a hard time telling you guys an interesting hunting story. The role of the hunting story is a big one. It's been a part of our culture since basically we had culture. And so from a shamanistic standpoint, and even from a Christian standpoint, you can definitely say that my faith has been tested. And one of these days, I'm going to come out of the crucible. I want it to be over. I want it to be done. Like, I want to tally my regrets, lick my wounds, and move on with my life for the year. And then be able to come back to the next archery season fresh, full of dreams and aspirations and the seasonality of the whole affair. Because there's stages to the season where you start out, super positive, and then you've got an October lull, and then you've got the rut, and then you've got the shotgun season, and then possibly a second rut, and then you're in no man's land of the season, which is where we are now, where you're limping to the finish. So I want it to be over. I want it to be done, and I want to move on with my life. That way I can dedicate more time to my fitness, fine tune some stuff, just whatever. But I also don't know if I'm going to have access to McKee's property next year. So that makes me very reluctant not to take every opportunity this year that I have. And also, while I'm at it, like, there's an old proverb that I'm very fond of that is, when the wars of man have burnt the earth, coyote will walk through the ashes. And I pride myself on my tenacity, and I hate the idea of quitting. So even though we are pretty much limping to the finish here, and I want it to be over with, I'm going to hunt every day that I possibly can, just in case, just in case the gods of the hunt decide to smile on me. But for the time being, whitetail curse still in effect. Life ain't like the pornos, hunting ain't like the TV shows. I live in reality just like the rest of you. And Wile E. Coyote is still my spirit animal. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please check out my friends over at threeriversarchery.com. Thank you very much to those involved in law enforcement and those who serve in the military. And thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.